If the threats are different, then you come up with a new fucking doctrine. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Some of you guys will suck the dick of anybody no matter what they do, because that's that you can't do otherwise. It's not twisted because the threats are different. Then the doctrine's different. It's very simple. Holy fucking shit. Okay, fine. I'll do the whiteboard. All right, real quick. Just a TLDR because I feel like some people like my explanations of things. All right, Monroe Doctrine. Why it's being invoked and how it's being invoked today, different story. Well, it's just basically a TLDR, the Monroe Doctrine. So this gets thrown around a lot, but this is something from 1823. Okay, so in 1823, James Monroe addressed Congress. And in there, he said something that was created called the Monroe Doctrine. Basically, what had happened is the United States, right? So the U.S., okay, and you've got Mexico down here, and you've got South America and everything like that. Well, 1776 had happened. We beat the British, and it became America. Then they came back in 1812, and they were actually beating us. We actually were going to lose to the British, but luckily Napoleon was like fucking, keeping them so busy over there that they're like, oh, fuck it, and they left. And so that's why we had a stalemate, and they ended up leaving. So we had won our independence, and we had established that we were a force to be reckoned with, and we were expanding a lot. During that time frame, a lot of these South American and Latin American countries had won their independence. Okay, they had won their independence. And Europe was not happy about that. So Europe was done fighting, Napoleon. They got over the revolutions and like that. They were starting to get back, and they're like, all right, we're going to go back over and get what's ours, okay? And so they're saying, okay, we're going to go back and get what's ours. And, for example, Cinco de Mayo, everybody thinks it's Mexican Independence Day. No, it's the battle they won against fucking Napoleon III and shit like that, right? And so they were wanting to come back and establish monarchies. They were wanting to get back what they lost, because just like America is the same thing, right? America won their independence, right? And so all these countries are kicking out the monarchy, winning their independence. And Europe wants to come over and do that. Well, America says, you know what? We just won 2 wars in the past 25 or 50 years. We have our Navy now. We've already won the Barbary Wars, which is, by the way, the most forgotten war in history. A lot of people don't even realize. You think the War of 1812 or the Mexican-American War or World War I's the most forgotten war? Spanish-American? No, the Barbary Wars were different. Another one that we just kind of like congressional thing. We had established ourselves. And so we basically told Europe, don't fuck with the Western Hemisphere. This is ours, okay? Because America was worried about a couple things. Number one, they were worried about these European powers coming over here and setting up shop again, and them having to fucking repel them again or get into wars with them. They liked the idea that these new nations were over here, close to us, and we could establish relations with them, as well as not have to worry about defending ourselves, because they're a new nation, they're trying to build their own shit, they're not worried about coming over here and land grabbing, right? So he was basically saying, y'all don't fuck with the Western Hemisphere, and we won't fuck with you guys, all right? That's the gist of it. We'll stay isolationist to the Western Hemisphere, and you guys stay the fuck where you are. At the time, it was basically of a, hey, this gives us time to focus on us. We don't have to worry about more incursions into Canada or into, well, Canada was still a colony, but back into Mexico or South America. We don't have to worry about the French. A lot of people don't realize the French, controlled Mexico for a long time. Spanish was before that. Okay, but we don't have to worry about the French. We don't have to worry about the English. We don't have to worry about the Spanish. We don't need these big monarchies coming over here because we've already dealt with the monarchies. So we're going to isolate ourselves and say, this is ours, that's yours. You stay out of here, we'll stay out of there. Because you guys just had a war. We're big time now, right? We're big tough guys. And so the idea is, hey, this is our playground. And it didn't mean at the time that we are in control of these guys. Like, we get to decide what happens to them. It was, this entire hemisphere, just stay away. Not that we're interested in them, but we don't want you here and giving us fucking, anxiety. So that's the Monroe Doctrine in a nutshell. Today, it's being rehashed as a Western Hemisphere is our hemisphere. We do what we want here because this is, based on the Monroe Doctrine, this is our job and our responsibility. You stay the fuck out of here. So it's being twisted in a way of what it was meant to be 202 years ago to justify intervention in the Western Hemisphere today. Does that make sense? What is being twisted? If you take the Monroe Doctrine the way Monroe actually spoke about it and implemented it, it was you guys stay out of the Western Hemisphere, not we get to do what we want in the Western Hemisphere. So that's the twisting. You understand? The threats are different now. Then you don't. I'm going to assume that that's not bait. If the threats are different, then you come up with a new fucking doctrine. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Some of you guys will suck the dick of anybody no matter what they do, because that's the fucking, that you can't do otherwise. It's not twisted because the threats are different. Then the doctrine's different. It's very simple. Holy fucking shit. When the other day, I'm outside with my son. It's fucking 22 degrees. He's like, I said, let's go inside and go pee. He goes, I'm going to go, I go pee here. I do stand-up pee here. I was like, all right, go to that bush. So he goes to the bush. But instead of peeing into the bush, he backs up against it, pulls his pants down, and pisses in the yard. And as he's doing that, there's a lady walking her dogs like two yards down. Oh, that's so cute, adorable. If I do that, she calls the cops. Things change. Rules change. People's understandings change. You change the fucking scenario. You don't invoke the Monroe Doctrine to do something different because times are different. You make a Trump doctrine or you make a fucking congressional doctrine. I'm just saying that that's what the Monroe Doctrine was in a TLDR. That's why people are implementing it, because there's a technicality of, well, technically it is the Western Hemisphere and we're dealing with it and other people need it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, this isn't even about is taking out a bad leader in another country good or bad. That's another discussion. So you can be very pro taking out a dictator in Venezuela because that was the thing to do, right? I hear your justification, right? I hear it. Trump put a bounty on him. Biden raised the bounty. Trump puts it up. Guys, him and his country, he's killing people. He's a dictator. He's illegitimate. He's starving people. He's killing the economy. He's sending drugs here. And you know what? We have a right to protect ourselves and stop a threat to the country because it's close by and it's doing that. Okay, that's your justification. Okay, you can have that and still be a fucking more than 2 brain cell adult and say, but yeah, Stocky, I would assume the Monroe Doctrine, the way it was done, probably doesn't apply here. You don't have to support everything someone does just because you voted for them. If anything, you sound more capable and intelligent if you criticize the person for what they do. You can criticize someone you voted for, and you can support something someone you voted against does positive. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to leave a casino with money. Did you know that? There's a lot of things you may not know, and it's okay. I'm here for it. I just want to make that clear because I think a lot of people could really, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things people can learn. It really is. A lot of things we learn that are wrong too. What is the best thing to do then? You're asking me to do policy. You're asking me to tell you I'm not a fucking politician, but I can tell you that what the Monroe Doctrine was and at the time is not the way it was meant to be for today. Now, technically, that doesn't stop anybody from invoking it and saying that's a justification. You can say what you want, but I don't think most people understood what the Monroe Doctrine actually was, and that's why I wanted to explain it to that guy, because he said, what is the Monroe Doctrine? Because depending on how you hear it, you're going to hear a different slant. This was what the Monroe Doctrine was. It was basically hey, we're new and we don't want anybody over here because we're trying to build our shit and they're doing their thing and we don't want you guys back building your monarchies and fuck it. So you do you and we'll do us. It was actually kind of us protecting this hemisphere from anybody else, right? It wasn't you stay out of our business because we're planning on dictating everything down here. That was literally the opposite. It was a complete isolationist fucking policy. It was a leave them alone because we want to be left alone. And we're going to leave everybody alone too, and we want to focus on us. You know what I mean? It's like you got out of a bad breakup. All right? You got out of a bad breakup. Maybe you went through a hoe stage. I don't know. But then you want to stay single for a while. You just want to work on yourself. So you decide not to go to shady fucking dive bars and have unprotected sex behind the dumpster or something. You're like, I'm going to stay home and watch some fucking movies, read some books. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to get some exercise. I'm just going to work on me. Keep all those fucking bad influences out of here. I'm going to work on me. That's kind of the thing. Now, I'm not saying I support isolationism or allowing people. That's you're adding that part to it. The guy asking me what to do. I'm not. You're adding this. You guys got to learn to talk about specific things individually, and one thing isn't necessarily the other. Like, focus on one thing at a time. The Monroe Doctrine and how that is. Not, oh, well, in that case, what should we do about Venezuela? Why? Go ask some Venezuelans. Stop asking American fucking content creators what they think Venezuela should do and what Venezuela should do. It's so stupid. There was a YouTuber that showed up on my algorithm as a short, and they're like, Venezuelans don't understand because this is what happened with Iraq, and it's going to overtopple the government. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying, and that's I get it. History tells you that. You know, I'm on board with you. I understand your concern there. They don't understand that these oil companies are just going to come in and take all their resources. You think the fucking Venezuelan people had their resources? I don't even have to be pro or anti big oil going in there and extracting oil. But to say that oil companies are going to come in and take all this oil from the Venezuelan people, they never... What are you fucking... Where do you get your... You think Maduro and those guys were fucking sharing the fucking wealth of all of it with the people, and now they're just... Just be honest. They're just swapping one for the other. Don't fucking pretend that you're like, oh, the American oil companies are going to come in and steal all of their resources. Their resources were already stolen. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like focus on the actual thing. Don't make shit up for a fucking ploy here. Difference is, though, it was getting stolen by their own people. So because they had the same skin color and language, then that made it what? First off, I'm not even saying stealing. Do you know that before Chavez and Maduro, those oil companies were pulling the oil out for them, building the infrastructure for them, and giving them 50% of the profits? Since then, the nation is 90% lower on extraction. The infrastructure has fallen apart, and what little money there was, it didn't go to the people. It was on the black market to China. You know what I mean? Like you look at when you're focusing on something, focus on the actual thing and don't add other things into it, because then you get you can't see the whole picture unless you look at all the pixels, right? It's like those pictures that you see a picture of a face, but when you get close, it's 1,000 little pictures of faces that make that big face picture. That's what you do here. You could have a beautiful woman's face, and when you get closer, every little pixel is a man's face. I'm not even here to talk about what Venezuelans should feel or the U.S. did good or bad. That you guys are adults. You can figure that out on your own. I'm here to tell you about the shit that has happened or was happening, or what we do know and how that follow the money, how that shit works. I like to sift through people's bullshit. But you can learn a lot of things, even when it comes to money.